There was an idea.
To watch a series of remarkable movies
that we had never seen before.
In time, you'll know what it's like to acknowledge pop culture, to feel so desperate to enjoy it, yet to hate it all the same. Dread it, run from it. The movie still arrives.
Evacuate the subreddits. Engage all director's cuts. And get this man 100,000 subscribers.
Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining me for another video, where today my friend Matt watches Infinity War for the first time. We've been going through all the MCU, we're getting close to the end now. Right now we're trying to scoot the couch back because we have a few extra friends joining us today. We got Jeremy over here. We have fan favorite Rich back from the dead. We have newcomer Glenn today, who played Thanos in the opening intro. We call him Prime because that's how we know him. Pastor as always on camera.
What's up, friends?
We have Jenna over here on Swiffer duty. And Matt's here too.
How you doing over there?
Right. Aside from Endgame, this has been the most requested video for us to watch. I'm really, really excited. Jenna, without hyping it up, which has been inevitable because of people in the comments, and me, let's be real. How are you feeling about Infinity War?
Hopefully I like it, or everyone will unsubscribe from my channel probably.
Our channel with no content and 1,500 subscribers. It's great. It took me 3 years to get 1,000 subscribers. Matt, how are you feeling about Infinity War? Do you feel like the hype is too much?
There's been a lot of build-up. Certainly there's been a lot of build-up. But I feel like I'm doing a better job nowadays at controlling that because I know that that is a thing. I've tried to stay out of it, haven't looked anything up. I'm not building this one up.
Anytime we've seen spoilers, I've asked several of you to post fake spoilers as well to mix in with the real ones, and that way Matt has heard all kinds of weird things. Matt doesn't believe the spoilers anyway. He's been pretty adamant about that. Yeah, see. We're gonna have a long conversation after, so I'm gonna leave this part short. Let's get into it. Avengers Infinity War. Hello everyone, I'm back at my home studio area. When we were filming Infinity War, right before we got into it, I got a phone call and I had a family emergency that required my immediate attention. It is a strictly a timing thing. There was no other way around it. I had to leave. So I am not in the reaction that you're about to see, nor am I in the post discussion. Matt and everyone else still talks about it. It was a straight up timing thing. I would have stayed if I could have. I thought that it was the best option. I had to be there for my family. I'm sorry I had to leave. Everything's okay now, but that's why. And I know this is like the worst video for something like that to happen, but I trust you guys to understand, and I will be in all the other ones moving forward. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
Holden and playback. Hope everything by now is okay. We love you. I hope I didn't f up the angle. And good luck on your edit.
Hear me and rejoice. The universal scales tip toward balance because of your sacrifice.
We have a Hulk.
That was a mistake. You're going to die for that.
You will never be a god.
Thanos is coming.
Who?
Tony Stark, I'm Dr. Stephen Strange. I need you to come with me. Look, it's not overselling it to say that the fate of the universe is at stake.
And who's we?
Hey, Tony.
Bruce.
Vision is out there somewhere with the Mind Stone, and we have to find him now.
The Avengers broke up. We're toast. Cap and I fell out hard. We're not on speaking terms.
Thanos is coming. It doesn't matter who you're talking to or not.
I need you to cause a distraction.
We're all gonna die!
You are about to die at the hands of the children of Thanos, and now contributing
I'm
to
sorry,
the balance.
Earth is closed today.
Good to have you, buddy.
I need to concentrate here for a second.
Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
Hey, man. What's up, Mr. Stark?
Kid, where'd you come from?
A field trip to Nova! Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
Looks like we're not getting paid.
This is a man. Muscular man. I'm muscular.
But who are you kidding, Quill? You're one sandwich away from fat.
Yeah, right. It's true. It's like a pirate had a baby with an angel.
Wow.
If he gets all 6 Infinity Stones, he can do it with the snap of his fingers like this.
You will not be taking our pod today, sir.
Are you making your voice deeper?
No, I'm not.
He just did it again.
This is my voice. Wanda.
We don't want to kill you, but we will.
Where to, Cap?
Home. What's your name?
Gamora?
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Trust me and possibly kill me.
I'd like to. I really would. Dude, how long have you been standing there?
An hour.
An hour?
I was standing so incredibly still that I'd become invisible to the eye. So slow that it's imperceptible.
No.
Hi, Drax.
Damn. Is that sadness I sense in you, daughter? Reality is often disappointing. Reality can be whatever I want.
I'm gonna blow that nutsack of a chin right off your face.
You promised. You promised.
Do it!
I love you more than anything.
I love you too. I like you.
I'm not looking for forgiveness, and I'm way past asking permission. And if you want to stand in our way, we'll fight you too.
Thanos threatens half the universe. One life cannot stand in the way of defeating him.
But it should. We don't trade lives, Vision.
Captain, 70 years ago, you laid down your life to save how many millions of people? Tell me, why is this any different?
Well, you better find someone and somewhere fast.
I know somewhere.
Well, the White Wolf has rested long enough. Give me.
Yeah, speaking of loyalty.
What the?
I know what you're gonna say.
You should not be here.
If anything, it's kind of your fault that I'm here.
What did you just say?
I take that back. And now I'm here in space.
Yeah, right where I didn't want you to be. Saving his life is more of a professional courtesy.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
Your planet was on the brink of collapse. I'm the one who stopped that. It needs correction.
You don't know that!
I'm the only one who knows that. But I never taught you to lie. That's why you're so bad at it. You were supposed to protect us. Asgard was supposed to protect us! Asgard is destroyed. A device capable of harnessing the power of the stones.
Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
Where is Gamora?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's Gamora?
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Tell me where the girl is, or I swear to you, I'm...
What master do you serve?
What master do I serve? What am I supposed to say, Jesus?
In theory, it could even summon the Bifrost.
It have a name?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Went forward in time to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605.
How many did we win?
One.
Oh, yeah!
The stone demands a sacrifice. You must lose that which you love. A soul for a soul.
I dreamed of a day when you got what you deserved. Because you love nothing. No one. Tears.
They're not for him.
Yeah, you shouldn't be talking all this crap. You're about to get tossed.
Seems like I'm always thanking you for something.
Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
They surrendered? Not exactly.
This will be the end of Wakanda.
Then it will be the noblest ending in history.
Wakanda forever!
It'll kill you. Only if I die. That's what killing you means.
Let's go!
Bring me Thanos! The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Where's Gamora?
Get over here. She can't hold it much longer. Let's go.
Where's Gamora?
He's in anguish.
Good.
He took her to Vormir. He came back with the Soul Stone.
Okay, Quill, you gotta cool it right now. You understand? Don't engage. We almost got this off! No, you didn't! Quill!
Okay, how much for the arm?
Oh, I'll get that up.
Somebody get the vision!
You have my respect, Stark. When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Spare his life, and I will give you the stone.
Why would you do that? I understand, my child.
You could never.
What'd you do?
Steve?
This is no place to die. No, 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 no. Groot.
Something's happening.
There was no other way.
Is it Stark? I don't feel so good. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Sir, please. I'm sorry. There's no one here.
Nope.
Oh no. Well done.
So I think Matt's gonna probably give this movie a high 8. I think it touched too many corners for him to ignore it.
Just got done with Infinity War, and man oh man, this is a big one. Matt, I'm really interested to see what your opinion is like. Did I sound like him at all? Was that him at all? All right.
Yes.
So Holden, seriously, he had to step away. He had an emergency. Don't roast him in the comments. It was a legit situation. He needed to go.
I don't want to reveal too much. We're just hitting on high points, but what I love about Infinity War, it shouldn't work because it's just nonstop. It's almost like the whole movie's a third act, but it's also like an Avengers buffet. Any character that you like is gonna get a minute to shine in it. I think the choreography it's really interesting, and to be able to see that many moving parts actually make sense and kind of have spatial awareness was super cool, in particular the fight on Titan. What I think is so cool about this movie is just each and every Avenger getting that one superhero moment, and I think they bring it together super well.
For almost 12 years or something like that, these characters are being developed and being shown to us, and this movie showed 2.5, almost 3 hours of everyone getting their individual screen time that didn't feel rushed, didn't feel changed. You felt like when the Guardians show up, it's like watching a Guardians movie. The music changed, the camera angles changed, the humor changed, and then it went from that to a real serious tone in New York and seeing Wong and Doctor Strange. So my high point was that the movie was very easy to watch, even though looking outside in, it shouldn't have worked.
Who can't tell a well-rounded out story in 3 hours? First of all, not that I didn't like it. I loved it, but what the hell? And they couldn't tell a whole story in 3 hours?
Not holding anything back. Love it.
No. I know I'm gonna get roasted for that, but Jesus. I like the humor. I like that Thor kept calling Rocket. Yeah, I love that he kept calling him a rabbit. That was really funny. And he did it throughout the whole movie. It wasn't just a one-liner that was dropped once. I like the new uniform for Cap, the darker uniform, kind of like in his darker hair and the beard kind of signified his, he's in a different phase. I really liked how well they blended the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been waiting for that to happen because I really like the Guardians and their little motley crew, and they really blended them together. I liked how they fought each other for a second before they realized they were on the same team. I liked that every time they were in a different place, they had the place on the screen so you knew where they were. Man, I think you can appreciate that too. And I love that Groot made the handle of the Stormbreaker.
That was really big.
They made a point of him just being like a teenager playing games, and then he really showed up when he needed to. I know Matt makes a big thing about people not actually dying in these movies. I've also agreed with that a bit. But if someone were to come back, that I would hope is Gamora. I really like Gamora. Here's hoping she's okay and she's coming back.
Don't worry about it, she'll be back. I love that there was zero hesitation in this movie. They dove straight in. There was no hang time, just bam, diving into it. I love that. As a whole, I think all the previous movies was like a precipice, the peak, like holy crap, we've been waiting on. Those were mundane moments in this movie. Just so grand, my God. I agree with all of you that how much chaos happened They did it really, really well. Shout out to Doctor Strange, man. He was a badass in this one. Like I gotta tell you, he did a damn good job at this one, and I really felt like, all right, he's got some power to him. So respect to Strange. There was a bygone Jim moment. So M'Baku says to the general, "This is the end for Wakanda." And when she said, "This will be the noblest ending in history," I was like, oh my God, dude. Like just such, I don't give a damn. We're going out like Groot making the handle. In my opinion, I think that was probably one of the biggest moments in the film, because that was like the last urge, the last swing, the last fight to keep us in the fight. I say us, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Of course, the ending, this is part 1, and then it's gonna be Endgame. The ending, of course, and I know they did it on purpose, but it made me, like, I was left like, what the hell is this? What are you doing? I did not feel like everybody that's fading away is dying, because you know how I feel. Obviously there's more to come, so when we do give our rating, I gotta prorate this and say that it's very difficult for me to give an accurate number because the story's not over.
Spidey's a lot more spidery in this one, right? I remember when we were watching Homecoming, you were like, so if he doesn't make his own webs, what makes him a spider? And this time around, they like gave him spider legs, the Iron Spider, suit. Yeah. It's an homage to Ultimate.
For those of us that saw the trailer, you see him as the Iron Spider in one of the trailer scenes, and we knew that he gets the suit, but I personally didn't know when the arms would come out. And when they did, I thought it was great, especially his reaction. He was like, wait, what are these?
Him holding on to whatever that arc thing was and trying to stay and help Tony made me be a little bit more invested in his character arc, especially when they're hugging at the end and he's like, I don't want to go. Like I teared up a little bit, so I feel like I'm more invested in his character.
I'm such a Thanos fanboy, and I'd like to get Jeremy's perspective on this too when we talk about villains, because I feel like Thanos has a great character. Not only did they change it from the comics to the MCU, but I feel like they did it in a good way. And what makes this movie one of the most interesting MCU movies is the villain, or Thanos, is also the protagonist of this movie. This is Thanos' story. This is his journey. He's the holy warrior of sorts, going on his conquest to get all the stones, and he accomplishes exactly what he sets out to do in this movie.
He's the narrative thrust. It's all about him finding the magical MacGuffins. That's what I like to call those things, because what they are scientifically really doesn't matter all that much. In the first scene, we see Thanos body the Hulk. He just freaking haymaker after haymaker, throwing combos, dude. You've never seen Hulk get smashed like that, and it's crazy. It's humbling, you know what I mean? Loki's neck. Loki is a god. He holds Thor by his little tiny head. You know what I mean? It is so crazy, and what it shows you, it establishes the stakes very, very early on. And then they're able to switch gears really fast and it be funny and emotionally resonant. So I just think this is such a really good example of Marvel bringing all of these disparate pieces together in a way that's really fulfilling and satisfying.
By the way, Rich, he had to leave halfway through the movie as well. Everybody's just leaving at the drop of a hat. I have a boatload of random things, but so to touch on what you just said, it was very weird seeing the Hulk have an equal, because everybody he's ever touched has just been like it's like as soon as he's here, it's over. So to see him have such a rival and he get the crap kicked out of him was big. I think that this actually was a hidden bygone Jim moment. So Thanos is speaking to Loki and he says, if you consider failure experience. And immediately I go totally against the way Thanos was trying to say that. And failure, I mean, I'm going into Matt Lane fitness mode. Failure always means experience. Absolutely. So Thanos, you were dead wrong here. You were dead wrong.
Michael Jordan's my favorite basketball player, and he said a very good quote that I think about almost on a daily basis in my life. I failed and failed and failed many, many times in my life, and that is why I succeed. And that is something that means a lot to me, and I just felt like I needed to be in this part.
I think it was a recurring theme of making like personal sacrifice for what you thought was the greater good. I don't know if anyone's mentioned that.
Everyone had to kill someone they loved.
It was a recurring thing over and over again, regardless of whether you were an Avenger or Thanos.
That is another part of why I like this movie so much. It goes throughout the whole movie, and I saw it as the reason Thanos won is because Thanos is the only one to actively sacrifice. When he sacrificed Gamora, none of the Avengers were willing to do that up until the end. Then that's why they lost, is because even Vision, the whole time he's like, you have the power to do this, you need to do this, and they're like, we don't trade lives. It ended up trading all of theirs.
Even him showing that there was love and that tear, I don't believe that that tear was fake or not supposed to be there. It was very intentional. And that's just a big, big moment for the villain.
No one really knew Thanos' heart and what he was feeling. So the fact that, you know, Red Skull said, hey, you need to give a soul for a soul. Do you think Thanos had a thought in his mind like, what if this doesn't work? I throw her in and nothing happens because I really don't love her.
And that's how I felt about it. I felt like even if he was gonna sacrifice her and it didn't work, he was going to give everything to get it, even if he didn't get it.
Why not create twice as many resources? You ain't gotta kill half the people, you can make twice as much stuff, and then everybody would be fine, but it's almost as if his, you know, that is the fatal flaw with Thanos as a character. While his motivations, similar to Killmonger, they're understandable, you know where he's coming from, but it's through such a skewed perspective that it makes him the villain as opposed to the hero, you know?
It also brings me back to when we watched the X-Men movies. Magneto's cause wasn't exactly evil, it was just, in his mind, it was the right choice.
Not every movie's perfect. I don't think any movie is perfect, so I give this movie a 9.9. It's my favorite.
All right, so I want to ask something to Jenna. Iron Man, at times, had shields. Do you think that that was a nod to Captain America? What was with the shields? Like, there was a lot of things that Iron Man had that were different. He had like a spike, and he had just all sorts of things. Why would he have a shield?
Well, because it's a good defense.
Do you think it had anything to do with Captain America nodding, anything like that?
No.
Do you think that we should have gotten a second part, or do you think that the whole Infinity Saga really could have ended here?
This movie ended exactly the way I expected and wanted it to end.
Okay.
Thanos snaps, he accomplishes his mission. That's all I went into watching it for, was for that to happen. Could the Infinity Saga end right there? Yeah, for the most part there, but you know, that's when we're getting into these next ones, is how they gonna avenge this.
If memory serves, you saw Black Panther before you knew anything about the MCU, anything about this series on YouTube. Did you enjoy Wakanda and the way that they showed it and the way that they integrated the Black Panther character and his contribution to the whole MCU? Do you think it was used correctly or incorrectly, or do you think it was kind of subpar at all?
I think they did a good job. I love Black Panther. I like his character. I love the movie. I like that was a big part of this movie too. That was the setting for one of these epic battles.
I didn't like the army that ran in. I didn't like it. They were ghouls. They were very easy to. They weren't built up at all. They were just there. I wasn't crazy about it.
Did you think that Quill is responsible for the outcome in Infinity War?
Bro, 100%. It's so frustrating and so human. Like when passion and feelings and just human nature get involved, Thanos is so pragmatic, so methodical. Everything is about this ultimate goal. Peter has always been flying by the seat of his pants, you know what I mean? And he just now told Gamora how he felt. He said, I love you. She said, I love you too. And at that point, he was so in it that there was really nowhere else to go. It was definitely his fault, but it was also definitely understandable.
All right, so let's do it. Let's go through the numbers.
For this movie, especially now since we're in the Endgame, I would give it a 9.5. There were certain things about it that I didn't like. I think that the pressure for me as the watcher was, if they didn't execute those points that we all covered in this, the whole timing, integrating all the characters, especially the ones that have never interacted, if they didn't knock that out the park, I would have given it, you know, a 6 or 7 or something, you know, good, but not as impactful.
You and I, we're on the same page a lot more than I was aware of.
I agree.
It's very difficult to extract this movie from the rest of the MCU, from this 2-part wrap-up of all of the stuff. It's difficult to be objective and just give it a score. This is a movie that I very much enjoyed. It really ranks in the top tier, and I think that I'll give it a 9.
I just want to say, I really do like this movie.
It's never good when you have to start it like that, Jenna.
And this is not a bad score. 8.5.
Oh my God, Jenna. Okay, Matt, the moment we've all been waiting for. What'd you give this movie? I also want to preface this by saying that I think this is a good movie. Like you said, Jeremy, it was really difficult to separate. You know there's a second part to this. There wasn't a lot of Bygone Jim moments. They did manage the fighting so well. They kept the story. They made me like Doctor Strange. They did so many good things, but there was a lot of death that I don't believe. I gotta tell you, I give this a 7.5. It's a strong 7.5. I want to see what happens in the next one. I really, really do.
What is so funny about this whole situation is that somewhere along the line, 7.5 became a bad score. That's fantastic. That's like way better than average.
Yeah.
So I don't understand this feeling that if it's under a 10, it's all of a sudden not good.
Isn't 6.5 technically passing?
Sure.
That's it. That's Infinity War. You guys let us know what you think in the comments below. Truly appreciate you coming by and watching yet again. Your engagement is awesome. If you want to support Holden, he has a Patreon. If you want to become a part of that community, you can get exclusive content and see videos just like these early, before they come out. That's right, before Saturday hits, you can see it. People have been irate seeing comments 19 hours before the video was posted, and that's how it's done. I'm Holden Hardman. As always, we appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.